In the 1940s, based largely on a brilliant work of Nikola Tesla, Royal Raymond Rife became one of the first to microscopically confirm the theory that infectious microbes can change form. Using innovative electromagnetic light refraction techniques and crystal technologies in his splendid microscopes, Rife observed bacteria transform into viruses and fungi, and sometimes, depending on the terrain, back again. Rife became America's, if not the world's, leading microscopist. In fact, his work might have changed the face of modern medicine were it not for the ruthless persecution he received at the hands of the medical mafia, the Rockefeller-directed medical-industrial complex. His story is best told in The Cancer Cure That Worked by Barry Lyons. It included a description of Rife's extraordinary microscope, detailed in the Journal of Franklin Institute. The Rife Universal Microscope had a 31,000 diameter resolution, weighed 200 pounds, stood 2 feet high, and consisted of 5,682 parts. It used natural light frequencies dispersed by glass or crystal prisms, rather than acid stains or electronic beams, to view live objects in extraordinary detail. For instance, one microscope was even able to measure crystal angles at the cancer virus protein level. Rife observed the pleomorphic transformation of viruses in cancerous tissues. He recorded them becoming fungi, then he planted these fungi in a plant-based medium. Spontaneously, a bacteria, typically found in the human intestine, developed. He repeated the study with the same results several hundred times. Later, he used this knowledge to apply resonant frequencies to cure these infections, as well as reverse certain cancers. Also, based largely on Nikola Tesla's studies in frequency science, Royal Rife developed his electromagnetic frequency-generating healing devices. He studied these for years. He began by identifying radio frequencies that could irradiate and kill tubercle bacilli, the bacteria associated with tuberculosis. Using trial and error, he finally succeeded in killing the germ, but the guinea pigs he used for the experiment died of toxic poisoning. Rife reasoned that viruses within the bacteria that were not destroyed by the resonant frequency had been released when the bacilli broke apart. To study the viruses, however, he needed to enhance his microscopic resolution. To do this, he conceived of a method of staining the virus with light. Again, the idea was used resonant frequencies of light that he knew were found inherent in and specific to every microorganism. Rife demonstrated that light, rather than deadly chemicals, could be used to stain the subjects being studied, and this observed them in their natural living condition. By the end of his research, Rife had developed an entire book listing the specific frequencies associated with virtually every disease and every microbe, and the electromagnetic frequencies required to treat them. This work naturally captured the attention of numerous members of the scientific, medical, and intelligence communities. Scientists and physicians from around the world hailed Rife's work and sojourned to observe for themselves its legitimacy. His list of respected colleagues and observers included Dr. Edward C. Rosenau of the Mayo Clinic, Dr. Milbank Johnson, a member of the board of directors at California's Pasadena Hospital, and Dr. Arthur I. Kendall, director of medical research at Northwestern University Medical School. Newspapers heralded Rife's progress. His favorable notoriety seemed so infectious that his enemies were moved to act. Morris Fishbein, a Rockefeller puppet at the helm of American Medical Association, when the U.S. Supreme Court found the organization guilty of antitrust violations during the late 1930s and early 1940s, persecuted Rife and personally organized an attack against him. Fishbein learned of Rife's successful resonant frequency method of treating cancer. He then approached Rife with a buy-in offer that the inventor refused. Fishbein then brought suit against Rife's company for practicing medicine without a license. Unfortunately, Rife's timing couldn't have been worse. He began researching frequency microscopy and electromagnetics for healing in the early 1920s, virtually the same time the Rockefeller family created the cancer industry, and gained control over American medicine. Rife's life work was said to be a simple, safe, and inexpensive answer to cancer. The Rockefellers preferred a costly and risky pharmaceutical approach.